Good afternoon, good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and lacrosse fans. Welcome to sunny Footscray Lacrosse Club here for day 3 of the 2019 ALA Senior Women's National Championship. Today's game will see Western Australia, the reigning champs, taking on South Australia, absent from last year's tournament, but looking to make a splash this year for the Reds. Had a big start to the tournament for both of these teams. We saw South Australia taking on the under-19s, with Western Australia going down to the Vicks in the first round, the grand final matchup of last year. Both sides now, though, looking to notch a big win in the lead-up to try and take out the Victorian side on home turf in what looks like it will be a final featuring Victoria. So a lot to play for both of these teams. We've had an interesting ride-in so far, obviously, with matchups against the East Coast All-Stars, meaning wins for both of these sides. Both sides also over the Aussie Under-19s in matchups so far. So a bit of a mixed bag of a tournament, and this might be game of the day here on day 3 of the women's comp. We're going to have Olivia Parker in the centre for South Australia, and she'll be facing off against WA's Kate Hooper as we're about to get underway here. Carly Evans in goal for South Australia. Kate Churchwood in goal for Western Australia. And we're about to have our first whistle here. Women's play this morning saw a big win for the Victorian women, taking on the East Coast All-Stars, who are yet to notch a win, but they'll play again this afternoon against the under-19 squad. Both centres moving there, so it'll be reset. Hooper and Parker there. Umpire happy with the set now. And ball played up. Parker plays it to herself there. Big bump across the body on that one. Again, as we've seen with the self-start rule, got to at least have that hesitation, the stop of movement. Umpire there just getting everyone lined up again. Once play has been stopped like that again, the self-start is off. Have to wait for the whistle to reinitiate play if that initial self-start doesn't work out. So we've got Zephyr Williams behind with the ball now. SA with possession early. Bonnie Wells with the ball now. Big face dodge there, draws contact. Flag on the play, took the shot though, so the flag is off. And South Australia looking to chase down the ball on the far side. Out of bounds there, and WA take the ball now. Ball's with Churchwood, the goalie. Looking for pass options. SA, fairly good press on the ride so far. Clean pass down there. Emma Graham thought about that one. Churchwood not in a rush at the moment, though. Pass out now, taken by Shannon Mitchell. She's guarded closely by the South Australians. Gets by 2, gets by the 3rd, and she's heading up into attack. Sends it on to Hannah Mae Brown. And she's guarded closely by Laura Evans. Ball's behind with WA now. Brown with it. Sends it up. Again, a few number discrepancies in the playbook here. We'll try and access a score sheet with some more accurate references there, as the great drive on that one is turned away by South Australia. Umpires just getting players into position now, and SA looking to clear. Number 2, Charlotte One in there. Wells now has it. Few big names up front for South Australia. If they can get scoring early, big bump to the back there. No call on it, though. If they can get their big names scoring early, South Australia will be dangerous. Both sides fielding a number of younger players, though. Good to see a number of the girls who tried out for the Australian Under-19 squad and were unsuccessful out now in the senior nationals, representing their states. Always good to see that. 3 seconds called there against WA, so SA will hold the ball. Hayley Fuss has it now. Sends it behind now. Zephyr Williams with it. Up top, looking for Charlotte Winan. Ball was dropped, but it's been recovered there by the Reds. Fuss with a big drive on that one. Draws the contact flag on the play. Save made, though, by Churchwood, and WA are looking to clear again. Shannon Mitchell there with the ball, sends it up high, and goal for Rebecca Banyard there, the vice-captain for Western Australia. As we see the replay on that one, I'm joined in the commentary box by the New South Wales, Queensland, East Coast All-Stars team, Linton Arscott. What have you thought of the early stages of the game so far?
Yeah, interesting. It's been a couple of huge saves by both goalies, and that was a huge save down there by the WA goalie that got that fast break down there, and WA went down and scored for the first goal.
Absolutely, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the momentum swings because of that. Both teams, a lot of young players, and steady goalkeeping play can be a big aspect in a tournament game like this. So we'll see who can keep coming up with the goods as we have a check in towards the bubble there.
Olivia Parker again wins the centre draw.
Parker's been handy for the Reds so far in the tournament. Seeing big things from her.
Yeah, she uses her height to a great advantage. You know, draws to herself most of the time with those big stretch arms. So here's a danger player, Kara Mortimer, just...
With Mortimer and Wells in the front line, as well as a few young talents out there for the Reds, they have good scoring depth if they can take advantage. It's just whether they can get the ball by Churchwood. Big push on that one as Bonnie Wells looks for the shot. Not sure if the follow-through hit the defender who ran into Wells, though, as well. But both players hitting the deck pretty hard.
What's a yellow card?
So it's Devon Manu there. Gets the yellow. I think, the replay on that one, I think as she ran into Wells, I think the follow-through may have got her as well. So I think had she not have made contact, may have been a dangerous follow-through on the play. But because she'd run into the player, clearing Wells through early on, I think Wells will get that free position shot now, and we'll see if she can capitalise on it.
Ooh.
Big power shot. Couldn't get it on target, though.
Great
Wells.
crash, though, by WA.
Absolutely. Putting the pressure on early. Had to get the early release. May not have had as much of a wind-up as she was hoping for, looking for that big shot. But seems to have gotten up from the hit pretty well. SA with the ball again.
So they'll be man up now, SA. So just good ball movement here so they can get a good shot.
They've got, numbers on the far side, not doing a lot of movement off ball. There we go. We've got a shot look now. I think Fuss was trying to draw the free space there.
Look.
Look inside for Zeph Williams. Couldn't get it into a stick, though. And SA looking to clear again. Great knockdown.
Jess Page. But it's a turnover. She went offside.
Yep, offside there on South Australia. Great knockdown. Couldn't get possession, though. Jess Page, vice-captain for the South Australians. And WA looking to clear now. Katie Hooper with the ball. Sends it down to Hannah Mae Brown.
The WA will be looking for Hannah Mae Brown to be doing a lot of work in this game as well. Along with Rebecca Graham, they've been really good the last couple of games that I've seen.
Again, a bit of a young lineup with a few veterans in there who can sort of hold the ship for them. Hooper now with it again. Banyard now has it. sends it behind for Carlin Blair. On to Emma Graham now. Up for Brown. This SA defence really pressing
pushing
out on them.
Yeah.
Double now comes. They were hesitant to send that double at first, but they were pushing a long way out on WA. Hannah Mae Brown gets by the double there, sends it across the front. Banyard has it now. A few fakes there, and then she sticks it. As the WA just went to even strength, I believe, as that shot was coming. Good finish on that one. We'll see in the replay here, Hannah Mae Brown taking a lot of pressure from the defence. That double comes and manages to weave her way through. And then as the slide comes, leaving Banyard open on the doorstep there. A few fakes and a good finish there, getting it by Evans.
Actually, really surprised at the way SA's defence is pushing out. I haven't really seen them play this style the last couple of games. So interesting ploy here by the coaches from SA.
Absolutely. May just be trying to make Western Australia make some big moves early on, just feel them out a little bit, but we'll see how any adjustments may come. But WA up early, 2-0. Behind some big goalie play from Churchwood early.
Liv Parker,
as Parker
again
comes out with the ball once again. Gets by one defender looking in front. Free space is the call on that. Alana McKinlay called out for that. Sent behind now. Parker has a free position shot. She's got Zeph Williams open on the far side of goal.
Oh.
Takes it lefty. Little dip and dunk there. Great finish from Williams. And we'll see on the replay again. Just good spacing. No defender was in range of her, and Parker had the option. She could step down for that shot or find the feed as she has two defenders looking at her. Williams just open on the doorstep waiting for that one.
Yeah, another one of SA's up-and-coming youngsters, Zeph Williams, playing her first senior women's championships. Was a part of the under-19 program as well.
And very exciting to see a lot of these youngsters and a lot of debutantes in this tournament in general. Maybe more than we've had in recent years. Number in the women's game, but a number of men's debutantes too. So it's always exciting to see these players coming up and having a run with the best of them at the senior nationals, especially in an under-19 World Cup year when a lot of the junior talent is off with that squad. To see these players still having a crack is exciting stuff for the game's future. As Zephyr Williams sends it inside for Parker. Good defensive pressure there from the west. That check on the double just coming at it with the push there.
Karen, you got Mortimer on the bottom corner here. This could be... Oh, no, it goes all the way and shoots herself.
Parker this time backs herself, but again, had the options there. I think SA have done a good job on that spacing so far. Both times where they've drawn free position shots, they've had pass or finish options with good spacing of the defense, good spacing of their attack. We'll see it again here. Parker last time got the feed down to Zeph Williams on the far corner. This time didn't look for the pass to the near corner. From the same hash mark, just put that one by Churchwood. It's a little bit slow on that step across. Got down quickly, just didn't have that lateral movement.
So it's 2-2 now. SA, it's taken a while to get a couple of goals, but they're back on the board now, so it's game on.
Absolutely. Pace of play, a big factor with the quarters, the 15-minute quarters, getting some momentum early now that it's not the halftime break in the last couple of years for the women. I think having that first quarter momentum is more of an emotional aspect to the game, but it definitely pays dividends for the players. If you can lead at each break, as Bonnie Wells brings in a big check there. I think the second one there was a little bit out of control.
Great defensive check by Erin Mitchell on Olivia Parker as well. Parker was off to the races, and a great check from behind by Mitchell. Another young up-and-coming player for WA as well.
Ball's behind now with Carlin Blair. Looking for that lefty drive. Can't get the angle. Defence doing a good job collapsing on that. Ground ball battle on the far side now. Picked up but knocked loose. We've got a call on that. Not seeing any hand signal from that umpire, but it's going to be WA ball here. Ball's with Hannah Mae Brown. Sends it on for Bailey Rose Keenan. Up top now, Carlin Blair has it again onto Banyard. Down low for Brown. Looking to drive that top side. Goes the inside roll, gets her hands free for the pass, and Banyard finds the back of the net for her third. Banyard, all three of WA's goals so far, doing a good job finding that space on the crease and just waiting for that slide to come, and we'll see again on the replay here. Hannah Mae Brown drawing the attention, looked for that inside roll, gets high enough that she became a scoring threat, and as the collapse came, Banyard was open on the crease. Far side defence just a little bit too stretched to get down for it.
It was actually interesting that slide went though, Tim, because I thought she got held up really well by the defender. That slide didn't need to go.
Absolutely. I think it was the angle was closing already before that slide came. I think Hannah Mae Brown would have been hard pushed to get that one by Evans, the keeper. But maybe just a little bit of an overzealous slide there. Left Banyard on the crease with a long recovery for the SA defence to get to her.
So SA's been dominating the centre draws as well.
This one's a bit more of a 50-50. Jess Evans chasing it down. Gets the handle to it.
Oh,
and
nice
Liv
look.
Parker comes up with it. Jessica Page, sorry, not Evans. Getting that one. Great hustle there to get it back to Olivia Parker. She takes a bump there from Alana McKinlay.
3 seconds.
Again, 2 calls. This is the second time we've had a free position shot with 2 players behind. This time, both bottom corners have WA players at them, but there's a string of South Australians out to Parker's left. Big body save from Churchwood there. Rebound picked up by SA, though. Shot again. Another save and another rebound picked up by SA. And the Reds are in possession with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Mortimer almost being locked off there by Shannon Mitchell.
Big job for a youngster. Huge job.
Absolutely. That's almost trying to force that ball inside there from Wells to Mortimer, but Mitchell has been all over her so far. We'll see how SA use that, whether it's trying to force the no slide from the defence or whether they start getting some more pick play involved to get Mortimer free. We'll see what happens there.
Oh, I can see a shot coming here.
Absolutely. So behind play, Bonnie Wells coming up with this one. She's going to get a free position shot here.
Oh.
Big cover off the pipe there, and Churchwood probably happy with the
great ground ball,
great ground ball, though Wells getting the ball back after all of that.
One of the youngsters. Oh.
Nice drive. Good cover there. Way to get the ball back out to safety. We're coming in for the final 30 seconds of play. We're about to see the umpire take the field with the clock. SA with the ball behind. Looking for that drive. Guarded closely, though. Good defensive pressure from WA on this possession. Wells with the ball again as the clock comes onto the field. So we're within the final 30 seconds. Can SA level the game? Shot bounced as wide. SA will back up, though. Short time remaining. Can SA level the score before the quarter time break? We will see now. Ball's behind now with Jessica Morrison.
Off to Hayley Fuss.
She gets it to Fuss. What can we do with the ball now? SA. Wells has it, and that brings us to the end of the quarter. And at quarter time, it's WA leading 3-2. They scored the opening 2 before SA came answering back, and then it was Beck Banyard scoring her third of the game that put WA up by 1, leading into first quarter time. We'll bring you some highlights now from the first quarter as we get ready for second quarter action here at Footscray Lacrosse Club, while you're watching here on the ALN.
Sunny Footscray at the moment as well, mate.
Very. It was looking a little bit ominous early in the week, but it's gotten better and better as we've seen. Just some replays now of the action of the game. So this was, again, great transition play from WA. We had a great check to dispossess and then streaking upfield It was Beck Banyard breaking down, able to get that from Shannon Mitchell to get the goal for WA. We had this one, Hannah May Brown, I should say, had the double team come, managed to roll to safety, ran to get away from the pressure, and then again on that long slide there from Jess Page, Beck Banyard open on the backside, able to score that one for the second of their game. It was SA at the other end. We had this one here. It was a free position shot for Olivia Parker. And Zephyr Williams doing a good job taking this one lefty on the crease and able to put that around her. Okay, and just moving upfield. And did a good job getting upfield and then shooting towards that back pipe. And then we saw another free position shot. It was Olivia Parker this time, but this time she didn't need to look for the assist. She was going for the net and stuck that one by Churchwood, going low and away to get her first of the game after assisting on WA's first. And then at the other end, it was Beck Banyard again, just with some good spacing. We saw this maybe unnecessary slide here. Player leaving Banyard on the crease to pressure, and I think Jessica Page had that covered without the help. But then it was Beck Banyard able to score her third and WA's third of the game as we're about to open play here in the second. WA leading 3-2 over South Australia.
So Olivia Parker, is that in there again?
Yep, Parker in there against Emma Green from WA.
A block.
I think both players going at it a little bit there, but Bonnie Wells called for it. I think a bit of surprise. I would have said both players were fairly evenly matched, bumping for the ball.
Oh, nice.
Jessica Page, great defensive presence there. Bonnie Wells gets the ground ball there. Turns back to safety. SA have numbers. Good job on the clear here so far.
Brovnik, another youngster coming through.
Brovnik has two looking for her. Great composure there, getting it back inside. Finds Evans. Evans with it still, sends it down low. And SA will look to settle here. Zephyr Williams with the ball now.
So it looks like now that they're locking off on Olivia Parker as well.
Yeah, interesting to see. WA going for lock-offs very early in the game. Possibly trying to just negate any momentum that SA would build behind some of their high-power scorers as Zephyr Williams is guarded one-on-one behind. Oh. Big bump on that one, and we'll have the whistle there. That was Emma Green there put behind as Zeph has a left hand if she wanted it. Decides to carry behind again, though. SA up top now with it. Mortimer still watch closely. Gets by a player this time, though. Flag on the play. Evans driving through, sticks it low and away and gets it by Churchwood. Great handle there, getting the position to get to goal, or the lane to get to goal, I should say, by Laura Evans there. And just good ball movement by SA to get the WA defence slightly out of position. And then we see that cut through from Mortimer and the WA defence ready to collapse on Mortimer. But it was Evans who could get under a play with that face dodge to her left hand before sticking it in that bottom corner past Churchwood to level the scores at 3-3. Kate Hooper in the centre now against Parker. Parker's taken all of SA's draws so far. WA have had a bit of a mix. Still trying to find a matchup that they favour. That one played to the direction I think Hooper wanted it, but Parker's still able to come out with it just with that extra reach and a great boxing out step. Mortimer has it now. Pass just a little bit low for her intended target. And it's going to make it out of bounds. And it'll be WA's ball.
It's an unusual mistake there by Mortimer and passing-wise. You don't normally see Karen make too many errors in the field.
Jessica Page now with it. Yeah, it may just be that extra bit of pressure there. May just be feeling it a little bit more. Hasn't had much of the ball early on, but she's got it now. Let's see how she can work with it.
Step inside here. Look at that.
Great move to her left, and you see how quickly the three WA defenders were coming for her.
Great knockdown by McKinley.
Good defensive presence there, absolutely. And WA fighting for that ground ball, trying not to let Mortimer have any of it as Zephyr Williams carries behind again. Hayley Fuss with it on the far side now. Looks for the one-on-one dodge. Good position by Hooper. Great knockdown through the middle. Passing lane coverage has been good from WA so far. SA have had a number of their intended passes knocked down.
Hold
Across the body on that one, yeah. Just with that size matchup, not going to get away with many of those there. Chloe Tatlow, good physical defender, but just leaning a little bit too much on Williams there. Williams still with it, almost on an ISO play there, looking for Mortimer on the breakaway, and she gets it. Great finish there from Karen Mortimer. And we'll see on the replay as the umpire's going to check the stick there. Zeph Williams drawing a lot of attention. You see the possession. Tatlow came for her. The rest of that SA unit forming that stack on the far side. Before Mortimer got that backdoor cut, just ball watching there was Tammy West for WA. Didn't see Mortimer streaking down through the middle of the fan to get free for that shot, making it 4-3. SA out in front now. First lead of the game for the Reds.
WA have got to get in top of centre draws, mate, because SA is getting a lot of first use of the ball.
Absolutely, and it was early on. Churchwood had a number of good saves, but all of WA's goals pretty much had come from good defensive efforts that led to clears and successful scoring. WA need to be getting possession of the ball if SA are going to be scoring as efficiently as they are. Parker again didn't have that hesitation, that stop before the self-start. Players can't keep running on the whistle. They have to make that stop, but then they can start again under their own duress. And Parker off now again. Dominating in the centre so far in this game, Olivia Parker, with now Fuss with the ball. Looks at that step-down shot. She's got Hooper watching her. McKinley now watching Mortimer. They've sort of slacked off a little bit, not locking off Mortimer as they were early on.
Oh,
looking inside now, great find to Fuss. Couldn't get it on target though.
That one back up though.
Absolutely good backup there. Good field vision. It was Kelsey Piltz who got that one backed up. And SA still with the ball. It was a good look from Mortimer to Fuss. Just couldn't get the angle there. Shooting just wide of goal. Williams now has it behind.
Oh, in. Wow.
Absolutely threads the needle there down the inside pipe. Just maybe a miscommunication, a bit of a breakdown there. WA, I'm not sure if they thought they were playing sides. But Zephyr Williams gets that one, as we'll see on the replay here. Her player just too far the other way. Two players stay. No one comes back. And the double on the crease just couldn't get there as Zeph Williams puts that one in the back of the net. Travis Roost calling for a timeout, trying to rally his troops after SA make it 5-3. WA opened the scoring and they'd led 2-0 early on after some big saves, but unable to stop that one as Williams gets her second of the game, making it 5-3 to the Reds. What are you seeing so far in the game?
Oh, it's just the domination from Olivia Parker in the centre. It's given first use to South Australia all the time. And like you said, you can actually see the defence now not going man on man and not trying to shut up too many players. And all of a sudden, it's started to open up space for South Australia.
Absolutely, it's been interesting to see that shift from WA coming very quickly. They'd locked Parker off at one point. They'd locked Mortimer off at another point, but Parker getting the ball out of the centre and getting that use for SA with the efficiency with which they're scoring at the moment is paying dividends. WA looking for some answers. Travis Roost has just had a chat with the ladies in gold, and hopefully they're able to come up with some solutions, because otherwise it's looking like SA are going to go on a rampage of scoring after having a bit of a slow start early on. Parker back in the centre now.
Is it Chloe Tatlow going to the centre this time? Someone different again?
Yeah, it looks like Chloe Tatlow again, trying to find a solution here. Tatlow, a strong body, maybe looking to just get the ball away from Parker.
And use her body to position her out the way a little bit, I'd imagine.
But again, Tatlow, a good defensive player for WA, so maybe even just trying to stop the fast breaks coming out. as we're approached by trouble. I mean, Tony Watts in the commentary box causing some mayhem, as he does best.
For a little man.
Loose ball in the middle there. SA still
Jess
coming
Page
up with
again.
it, though. Jess Page, great pick up there by the vice-captain from SA. Ball knocked loose. Banyard comes up with it now, though, and WA will look to possess. McKinley has it, sends it over. Ball's with Carlin Blair now. Carries down, looking to settle things up for WA. Tammy West has it now, looking upfield. Looking for that feed to the inside for Bailey Rose Keenan. Couldn't get it. Beck Banyard comes up with the scraps, though. Tatlow inside now, looking for Blair. Couldn't get the pass on target.
Pass.
I think WA feeling the pressure there and just putting themselves under a bit of extra pressure offensively. They've played a lot of defence. Needed a settled possession there, but we're sort of forcing those passes. And
Great
SA
run
able
by
to get
Evans.
the turnover.
Oh,
Looking
they're
inside
in here.
now. Parker.
Oh,
Flag on the
save.
play. Big save, though, by Churchwood. SA able to get the rebound, though. Zephyr Williams again behind with it.
Oh, look. Oh. Good knockdown by McKinley again.
Yeah, maybe a bit ambitious there, looking for Wells up top. McKinley, good job to get that knockdown, but again, picked up by SA, who have been winning the ground ball battle in this game decisively so far.
There's a big opening here for Evans.
Evans drives down, draws the slide, gets it to Mortimer. Mortimer draws some attention, but that pass will get the free position shot now anyway, as Laura Evans looks to put this one away. She's got Hayley Fuss down to the crease, though may drop for shot back up.
Shot.
No need, though, as Evans puts that one low and away. And stick check on that one shows it's all good.
It was a great run by Laura Evans, too, all the way from down defence.
Absolutely, the clearing run, and then she gets the advantage at the end. You just see that misread. Not sure if Churchwood was getting some sun on that one, but she stayed up high and stick side as that ball went low side to her offhand. Laura Evans putting that one away. In the middle now, Chloe Tatlow again. Must have liked the look on the last one. She's against Parker now. That one straight up in the air. Parker going for it. And we've got the illegal body on that. Emma Graham coming through for that ball. Went straight into the side of Parker, who gets awarded it. Heading upfield now, and it's Mortimer with the ball. Sends it behind for Williams.
Oh.
Great move. Just that overcommitment from the defender there. Devon Manu coming way out and just to the back hip of Zephyr Williams. You'll see it again in the replay, the overstep here. And Williams just straight by her and takes it to the cooker. So we see Mortimer there get it to Williams as Parker clears through here. And just that big step to that back hip, and Williams just tucks and runs, gets it to the inside post, and not much that Kate Churchwood could do on her off-stick side there.
Instead of going for the body push, he went for the big stick check, and, you know, you miss that, and they just roll inside you, and it's bang,
Absolutely.
all over.
And it's good awareness there by Williams. She was hanging that left-handed carry. She was hanging that stick back as soon as she saw her defender's shadow move, tucked that in, and just went straight by her. That ball taken by Parker again, and she has dominated the centres over Western Australia
There's a
so
fast
far.
break here.
Williams on the run now.
no.
She's got McKinley on her. Good defensive pressure there by McKinley, but again, overstepping. Williams looking for a shot on that one. Churchwood gets the piece of it. McKinley battling behind. And
push on Will.
Stepped and must have towed the line there. McKinley doing her best to keep it in. Couldn't get there, though, in time.
Good pressure by Winnan.
Charlotte Winnan sends it to Zephyr Williams. Williams guarded closely by Tammy West. Great roll again. Across the top now for Mortimer. Interesting that they haven't stuck with their lock-offs, WA.
Oh,
Brilliant there. Mortimer to Wells. Back to Mortimer. That little give and go play there. Seen that a few times through the years, and sticks that one into the back of the net. We'll see again. Williams doing a good job drawing the attention. Swings it across the top. And as that first slide comes, we'll see the pass. And great finish there from Mortimer as she puts SA further ahead now.
There's that Seahawks connection back in SA. Bonnie Wells and Mortimer working well together, as they do. I'll tell you what, Zephyr Williams has done a mountain of work behind there at X, controlling it down there. And
absolutely, for a young player, she's the amount of attention she's drawn already in this game shows how influential she's been. They've been leaving Mortimer and Wells in favour of covering Zephyr Williams, who's been dangerous and done a good job so far. But it just speaks to the depth on this SA line, including the young Williams. WA heading up West. Now. That one knocked loose. Jessica Page doing a great job defensively, forcing the fumble. And SA look to clear again. WA again, just looking a bit rushed. Still early in the game, down by 5. They're down 3-8, but still in the second quarter with a bit of time to go. I think the rushed attack isn't going to do them any favours when they're struggling for possession. Driving down the line now, feeding across the front. Oh, big check to the head there.
That's a yellow.
McKinlay knew it was there straight away. Bonnie Wells knew it was there as well because she just got clocked in the noggin. And we'll see another yellow card for WA with SA going ahead on the man up. Great clearing run there from SA. Charlotte Winnan did a good job there. And that pass to the backside, that turn of the body, and then McKinlay's check was never going to be good, but got the yellow in the end anyway. And Bonnie Wells looking for a free position shot here. WA have numbers low. Wells looks for the shot and it sticks it again. Churchwood just staying high a little too long on that one. Didn't get the drop. Not sure if it's the sun as a factor, but she's just not getting that read down low. It's the second time we've seen her stay rigid and tall on this one. Just needs to drop that hammer, get the stick to the ground, as Wells was looking low on this.
Yeah, it's been a huge run by SA this quarter. They're dominating the centre, and, like a little voice in the background, it's a 7-0 run this quarter by SA.
And it was, after WA went up 2-0, and then Beck Banyard got the third for them, it's been all SA. So this centre play is becoming more and more crucial as the game goes. Still no solutions for Olivia Parker in there.
Oh, that's a pre-check.
Pre-check on that one, no call.
Oh.
Check across the body there, but no call again. WA still can't get a handle on it. It's a 2-on-1. Banyard trying for it. Ball's popped up in the air, still fighting. I think WA players knocked it off themselves just then as Olivia Parker comes up with it. SA have the player advantage. Zephyr Williams with the ball. Nice little check there. Zeph manages to keep a hold of it, though. Ball's behind now with Mortimer. Not sure how long in the penalty left, but SA still with a player advantage. Up top now for Fuss. Williams sends it behind for Mortimer. Up top now, Wells wound up for the power shot there, draws the free position. I should say draws the free space and will get the free position. Wells will look to finish on this one. No rush on that, sends it behind. Mortimer with the ball now. Up top again for Wells, onto Fuss now. Back to Wells. Wells, that same step down look. WA offside there. McKinlay and Hannah Mae Brown both going at the same time. They've made that up though. Wells with the ball again. Across the top now, feed to the inside to Parker. Parker had Banyard all over her, still manages to get her hands free. Sticks that by Churchwood, stick side. And it's getting tougher and tougher for WA as SA are rolling with their own momentum at the moment.
And, it's just not the centre draw difference. It's the ground balls. SA are all over the ground balls. There was 3 WA girls there, and SA still come out with the ball.
Absolutely. We saw it at the defensive end as well. When SA were causing turnovers, a few rebounds from their goal and a few knockdowns, WA weren't able to get the ground balls at the offensive end. And we've seen a number of times now SA have capitalised on those those long runs downfield, all started by good ground ball hustle. So I think WA, a few things still needing to be remedied. This centre play is a big one, but if they can't get the ball out of the centre, they've got to get it off the ground. So they're just not giving themselves any extra chances here as a great ground ball's picked up by Shannon Mitchell. She's got Jessica Page coming for her, though. Steps back, but Wells is coming through there. And we've got less than 30 to go now here in the first half. That knockdown by Wells, just a good example of the classic bit of coach's advice to juniors: don't pass to players if their feet are flat.
Good work by
WA.
Another young player from SA, Jessica Morrison, in her first senior nationals as well. Chased that ball down well.
There we go.
She's on the inside here.
Nice drive inside. That check, no good. Gets straight by this first and second. And again, I think we see Tammy West there go for that check. We'll see it in the replay and just not go in the body on the double. Just looking for that knockdown check. Or maybe hoping that the junior player would make her own mistake, but not to be had on this one, as we'll watch now. And just that great drive underneath. Gets by McKinlay. And that check across the body, just not enough. I think Morrison was equal to the challenge on that, putting her team up 11-3. Big power move by 23 there in her first national tournament. In the centre, and it's Parker again. Will she tire through the game, do you think? Or do you think she's got a whole game of this sort of consistency in her?
Well, she is an athlete, and she doesn't look like she gets up the ground that quickly. It's because I think of this, how long her legs are. She just makes it look so easy, and, you know, the way they're going, will they try someone else? It'll be interesting. Give someone else a crack.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens. We'll take a quick break now for halftime, and we'll be back with some second quarter highlights as we get ready for the third quarter here with South Australia leading 11-3 at Footscray Lacrosse Club for the 2019 Senior Women's Nationals. As we're seeing from some of our sponsors there, and a thank you to all of those supporting Australian lacrosse, all of you watching at home as well. We're going to watch some second quarter highlights there as SA went on a 9-goal rampage. We see here Zephyr Williams sending the ball around the back. Up top now, and again, it was just this mismatch here. Mortimer straight down the middle, drawing a lot of attention. And no help coming there because of that. And it was just great off-ball movement by Mortimer. She brought 2 players with her and didn't even have the ball. Got the double team to come, and it was just an easy finish there on the backside. This one we see Zephyr Williams. The overcommitment. 2 players show it first, and then she goes for that second drive and able to find Mortimer again on the inside there as the defense had just stretched a little bit. I think maybe a bit of ball watching there from the WA unit. Ball around the back there, and Zephyr Williams, I think she had 3 goals in her first half there. Big performance from the young gun. And, scorers for the game so far, Beck Banyard, all 3 of WA's goals. For South Australia, Zephyr Williams, 3, Laura Evans, 2, Karen Mortimer, 2, Jessica Morrison, 1, and Bonnie Wells, 1. So it's been a big game. They've caught Churchwood a few times down low, with the high to low finish, I think just trapping the keeper up a little bit high. She's locking herself into place early. And we had 9 goals in that last quarter from South Australia as we get ready for the third. WA heading out to the field now. It was more of Zeph Williams behind, drawing attention. And the amount of attention she's drawn, considering she's in an attack lineup with Mortimer and Wells, is pretty astounding for the young gun. And we see, again, more of her in our last highlight before we get back into the third. Across the top now, and this was just the little give and go play here. Mortimer sent it down low to Wells. Her player looks away for a second, and she's straight down the line to put that one by Churchwood as we're about to start up here in the third. We've got Olivia Parker. Who else for South Australia? And then for WA, looks like Emma Graham is in there. Some WA fans behind us still getting around their team. It's been a slow day in the office for them. Great first quarter with 3 points, but just haven't had any answers from that second quarter. It was a 9-0 run for South Australia. Shannon Mitchell there had that cover check. Bonnie Wells getting over her there. Self-start on that one. Shannon Mitchell, great job there. We were talking about the ground ball battle. Mitchell doing a good job on that one and finds the back of the net there. Great finish on just an individual effort there. Shannon Mitchell fighting for that ground ball. And then driving through, weaving through that SA defense. We'll see it again on the replay. Great fight here. Draws the call. Gets that self-start with Jessica Page just getting back for her. But again, just weaving back and forth. No help coming in time. And gets that shot. I think the SA defense reluctant to leave Beck Banyard on the backside. I would be too. She's had their first 3. So now 4-11. Shannon Mitchell opening scoring for the second half.
It was a bit better centre draw there by Western Australia. They got their body in front of Liv. So maybe Emma Graham's going to try body her out as much as she can here. And again.
Maybe that's the look, absolutely. And I think if they can make it more of a ground ball battle, if they can bring the ball to the deck as Graham goes down holding her head. Not sure what happened on that one, but she went down pretty hard. We'll see a replay here, I think. And just out of the set, she's heading off now. But see the draw there. And
might have been actually elbow, Liv's elbow, accidental, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was an incidental movement coming through that got her in the head there. Good knockdown there by Parker, but WA come up with it. It's Hooper there. She has a double come for her. Sends it down low. Banyard has it now. Back up top. Great knockdown by Evans. Can't keep it in the circle though. WA with it again. Up top now, Tammy West has it. On to Erin Mitchell, another of the young guns for WA.
Push.
Bonnie Wells called just for using her elbow on that one, just giving a bit of a shove to the player. Hooper now has it. Sees the double coming, turns away, looks at it again. Back up to Mitchell now. Back down low for Hannah Mae Brown, onto Banyard behind. Had the first 3 for WA. Her feed to the inside. Doesn't find a player. Shannon Mitchell now coming up with it. Gets to the inside of Page, gets by one, gets by two, turned away by the third, rolls back, looks for the shot that bounces wide and low. And backed up there by Hannah Mae Brown. Ball just rolling under that back fence.
I think if WA are going to get back in this game, I think they're going to need Hannah Mae Brown's got to step up here, I think. She's been a little bit quiet.
I think it's a tough spot to be in with such a young side out there. The senior players need to step up, show them the way. There's a great find on the inside. Rebecca Banyard finds Erin Mitchell. I think that was a factor in the first half, was that SA's youngsters were really powering their side along. WA need a bit of that senior leadership to step up and show their youngsters the way, and we saw it just there with Banyard finding Mitchell on the inside. See that drive there. I think Hannah Mae Brown taking a little bit of attention off her, and then just a bit of a pick and slip in the middle there. Erin Mitchell gets free as Banyard finds her on the inside.
SA have made a change with the goalies as well.
There we go. Evans out. Interesting.
Cunningham in.
Only 5 goals allowed. 2 there. Bit of a tough one on Evans. Hasn't seen a lot of shots to keep her in rhythm, but Cunningham's in now. We'll see how that does for SA. Parker plays that one back to herself. Yeah. Hooper was in the centre there with her, but Parker managed to get that one free. She's being chased hard. Wells now has it up to Fuss. Fuss down to Williams. She's got McKinlay watching her. Hands off to Mortimer. Switch there, and we see McKinlay on Mortimer now. Tatlow's watching that backside with Williams.
Oh, step inside.
Great face dodge there. Mortimer pulls it back out, though. McKinlay holding her ground firm. Parker has it up top now. She's got West watching her. Bit of a reach across the body there. No call on it, though. But again, that reach, you see West has good size as well, has that reach, but Parker just does a good job keeping her body between her defender and the ball there. Wells, great step.
Dropped.
Just put her player on ice skates there, straight by her. Tatlow shows for the help, but gets called for the free space. Nothing much she could do about that. That was a great move by Wells. Just that split from left to right and absolutely shook her defender. Great save there by Churchwood, coming up strong. She was massive in the first quarter. Bit of a lapse under the pressure in the second, but stepped up there, making a big save after a strong move from Wells. Hooper on the clear, gets it up to Erin Mitchell. Mitchell looking inside. She's got Page watching her. Sends it behind. Cunningham looks to come out, knocks it down, but Brown is able to pick it up now. WA with the ball. Looking for that inside roll. Maybe not quite high enough before she looked to the turn.
Great D by Laura Evans.
Again, just good physical presence there from SA. Mitchell sends it low for West now. Back to Banyard. Banyard's been big for WA so far, but she needs a bit more support as Hooper sends one off the pipe. Great find inside. Smooth little pick up there.
By Winnan.
Great pick up there by Winnan. Just taking that one on the side step as we send it upfield for Fuss now. Big power step there, but equaled by Shannon Mitchell, who turns her away, looking for Zeph Williams behind now. She's got McKinlay watching her. Looking upfield now. Brown on defence. Parker guarded now. Mortimer has it. Looks for the sweep across the top. Ball knocks loose. First attempt at the ground ball there, but again, SA getting numbers to the ground ball battle. They come up with that loose one. Parker has the slide from Brown. Big bump flag on the play. And Parker will get that one back. Okay, just that overstep from Brown. Got to have that breakdown. Got to direct your player. Just came straight into the side of her. Parker, relatively unfazed though. Took the bump fairly well, but she'll get the free position shot now, putting Churchwood under pressure again. We'll see what happens here. Great angle from the camera.
Save.
Big body save from Churchwood. And again, that's just a good positioning save. Forced Parker to make a decision. She gave up a lot of room on that stick side and sort of almost baited the shooter there to take a poor shot. Worked in the end for Churchwood, who came up with a good save, and WA are off to the races on the clear. Banyard with the ball now. 2 goals this quarter for WA. They were held scoreless in the second, 9-0. The initial check there, good. The second one, just a bit much, coming across the front of Erin Mitchell. SA will hold the ball there. That was Laura Evans on that one. Mitchell scored early this quarter. Onto Hooper now. Nice handle under pressure, looking for Blair. Blair across the front. Big save there from the SA keeper, Cunningham. Shannon Mitchell lost the ball on that one in the air, but then came down with it on the ground ball. Erin Mitchell now with it. To Hooper. WA not rushing anymore. I think they've had a word from Travis Roost. They're looking a lot more calm and patient in offense this quarter. In the last quarter, they were held scoreless but looked frantic in offense. This quarter, they've stepped it up, but at the same time, they've calmed things down a little bit, making smarter choices. Shot wide there. Great individual move by Shannon Mitchell, number 4. Ball's backed up by Beck Banyard.
You'll see the difference with the goalies too for SA now. Addie Cunningham's more of a goalie that comes off her line a fair bit, so she just decreases the angles for a lot of attackers driving. She plays that really, really smart.
Similar positioning and movement to Brie Hussey from Victoria.
Yep.
She'll come off and bait the shooters to take that low angle shot, looking like there's a lot of space there. And then she launches herself back in. You'll see those almost those leaping saves as she comes back onto her line quickly. But it makes for some exciting goalkeeping to watch. Always good for the fans at home. Great knockdown there. Zephyr Williams in defence now.
She's all over the place, Zeph. Oh,
great knockdown again. And WA maybe just trying to force some of these passes. SA doing a good job guarding lanes. As Mitchell comes up with it again, gets it to Banyard.
It was a great knockdown by Julie Christie in her first senior nationals as well.
Always exciting for the debutantes to make an impact in their first play. Carlin Blair looks for the lefty drive down the side. Jessica Page will get called for the push on that one. Again, just that little bit of extension, but with the umpire on that angle, it's all very visible. Clearing the fan now. I think a few players were hoping they could sneak their way back into a better position. Carlin Blair with it. Looking for a big lefty finish if she can get her hands away. Shot just over the goal there. And Mitchell will back up for WA. Just couldn't get that one on cage. Shannon Mitchell with the ball behind now. Ball's with Banyard, who carries behind. Far side now, Mitchell again. In front now for Blair. Great finish, big bump after play, but Carlin Blair sticks it top shelf. She knows where they keep the cookies, and she'll get her stick checked out of that one. We'll see on the replay here, but just a great move. Just to finish that run there, you look at how hard she was working on the crease on that first cut. Ball is redirected. Jess Page looks away, and Blair is just straight back across the front. Only had half a step on her defender, but that was all she needed to get that one into the back of the net, making it 11-6 off that great shot from Carlin Blair.
Good little comeback by WA.
Yeah, it's been big so far. 3 points now. Holding SA scoreless so far this quarter.
Probably be hoping for another 1 or 2 just before three-quarter time and try to keep South Australia not scoring, and it should make it an interesting last quarter.
Absolutely. And again, all to play for these two teams. We've got WA looking to get back to the final as the reigning champs from last year. SA looking to make an impact. They missed last year's Nationals, but they're back and they're looking to make an impact. Who will Victoria see in the final, assuming no more surprises in the other games? Wells there, sends it behind for Williams. Williams drives by 2, wraps around. Great move inside, finishes backside. The lefty drive there. Williams just too much for the WA defence. And I think WA still almost just underestimating her. They're giving her a bit of attention, but they're not coming out and getting the body there. That double or triple team should have come. If we see this replay here,
I don't think anyone
just drives straight through. And you see a few people sort of take half a swat at her, but there's nothing there in the end. as the three look to crash. We really needed something there earlier.
Actually,
know
she's
she can score on
baiting
that
the
lefty
defence a fair bit by just hanging that stick out ready for that big check. And as there's about to throw it, she just tucks in and goes by.
Yeah, tempting the defenders there. I think on that one, the stick hang may almost have been the reason why there was no slide. It was so tempting looking for a check. It didn't look like she was going to have much of a chance there, but just tucked it in last minute and stuck it by the keeper to make it 6-12. SA ahead by 6 again. Parker in the middle now. They've got Hannah Mae Brown out there. Erin Mitchell chasing hard against Jess Page. We'll have a pre-check on that one. Jessica Page, the vice-captain for SA, will have this one.
Should be looking upfield to Bonnie here. It's free. Oh, no.
Goes back to the keeper. There we go. SA maybe looking to control tempo a bit to sort of slow this WA run they've had. With a 6-point lead, they can afford to run a bit of clock, take a bit of air out of the ball and see how it goes.
Oh,
Great knockdown there. That was number 15, Devon Manu. Just swatting that pass out of the air. Poor pass there by WA, though, and it's Wells heading back the other way. She's got numbers ahead, sends it down to Mortimer. Mortimer behind with it. Zephyr has it now. Parker is being locked off again. You'll see in the bottom left of your screen. Just out of shot now. Parker hasn't done a lot of the scoring for SA, but she's been influential out of the middle. Interesting to see that she's the player being locked off. Great face dodge on that one. And the shot and finish from South Australia. That's Jessica Morrison there, the young gun. Just right by a play. We'll see on the replay how physical this defence was. There was a flag early on the drive, and she just powered her way through, able to get in for the shot there. See up top, 23 on 23. Big bump there and just straight by her, man. Just that cradle, little tuck of a cradle, the right-handed cradle to the left shoulder, brings it back right at the end and then just whips that by the keeper. Great little move from Morrison there. Back out to 7 points now, the difference, 13-6, SA leading. Here we go, West. Parker in the centre again. Can Graham get it away from her? Ball batted to the ground. That seems to be what they've looked at for Graham. Page overrunning that ground ball. And like that one, there was the pre-check. I think a player thought the ball was coming with Parker, but she'd not picked the ball up as she was going. Umpire getting the players back into place. Parker has it there. Looks up for Wells. Wells under pressure. Could have carried a little bit further there. Wells has Blair watching her. WA again. They've gone offside a lot of times, trailing up into defence. This time making it up nice and fast, though. A little bit unorganised there we've seen out of that WA ride. Inside there for Mortimer. Takes a bump, turns away. She'll get the free position shot now on that one. Took the big body there, and Mortimer will look to go to goal on this. And sticks the near corner on that one.
So that's a hat-trick for Mortimer as well.
Karen Mortimer looking handy. She was locked off early on in the game. They then freed her up, and she's been having a good time of it since then. And we'll see this. Not much in it, just a straight run in and just stuck at top corner. Big cradle forward, but no real change of plane. Just a bit of a misread there. Churchwood had to get that punch across to her off-stick side. A little bit faster as Mortimer just used power on that one. Parker in the centre again with Graham. Parker takes that one away and she's off to the races again. Looking inside there, Wells couldn't get the handle on it. Comes up with a ground ball, though, on the loose ball. Morrison has it on the far side now. Drives around the back. Thinks about it, decides against it. Mortimer now has it. She's dangerous, we know. Face dodge under one player. Looks back up top. Parker has it. Good defensive presence there by Emma Graham. And that brings us to three-quarter time. The score, 14-6. A lot more action in that quarter than we had in the second. SA with 3 goals, WA with 3 goals. An even match as we get ready for the fourth. 8 points the difference still, though. SA looking in control. And we'll bring you some highlights from that third quarter as we get ready for the fourth. Do you think SA are still in the game? Can they make something out of this?
Well,
8 points the difference.
It's one of those things that they need that ball out of centre. They started getting it earlier when they got a run on when they got a couple of goals, but then all of a sudden Olivia Parker's taking control again, and then South Australia goes down there, settles it, and scores. So it's going to come down to that. I think 8 goals is a big challenge.
Yeah, it's a big ask. SA had 9 in that second quarter unanswered, but if Liv Parker can even manage 50% of the draw work, you've got to imagine that SA are looking pretty solid to win just on time of possession. They'll be able to control a lot of that tempo if they can get the ball. So as we're just watching these highlights, we saw a few early from WA, and it was exciting to see them getting back on the board. They were looking a little bit flat in that second quarter, but there's fight left in the West Aussies. See that drive on the inside. That was that Carlin Blair, just that double cut. She went all the way through one way and then came all the way back. And on that second one, her defender just lapsed concentration for a second, and that was all she needed to get her hands free to finish. This one behind now, we saw Zeph Williams just go straight through the defence. I don't think anyone was really ready for a crash here, and then all of a sudden the 3 players arrived at the end as she stuck it by Churchwood again. Big finish there from number 4. Again, it was Williams on this one, and we saw the drive from the top here. It's a great just strength move. Morrison getting underneath Hannah Mae Brown, who was just leaning on that back shoulder, whipped her stick back and put it in the back of the net there. And then last of the quarter, we saw the free position shot here from Mortimer. Didn't worry about finesse moves on this one. Just one big cradle in, whipped it back and stuck the top corner, making it the 8-point lead again for South Australia. In the centre now, we've got Skylar Levy in against Olivia Parker. Haven't seen much of Levy so far in the game, but she's in there against Parker. They're trying anything they can. We've seen a lot of different players take centres for WA. Does Skylar Levy have the answers? Stay tuned to find out.
Another one in her first Senior Women's Championships out of the Under-19 program as well, young Skylar.
Very exciting. The older of the Levy sisters, two older siblings out of the Under-19s programs.
Osha's in the team. Yeah,
Osha and India Williams both in the Osha Levy and India Williams in the team, but the older sisters out there representing their states and making a good job of it so far. Levy unlucky, unable to get that one out of there. Bit of a size mismatch between her and Parker.
Oh, Christie.
Big drive down the side now. Good job collapsing in on defense. Players looking for matchups now. Williams behind with it. She's got Manu watching her. Sends it on now, and again, I think tempo control will be a big thing for SA in this. There's no rush for them to drive to cage. No point giving WA a chance to get involved. The crease infringement is called on that one. I think...
must have been Zeph.
Yeah, Zeph Williams. I think you saw her tiptoeing around the line there. I think she may have just stumbled a little bit. It's one of those ones where she managed to keep herself from falling, but couldn't quite stay off the line. Kate Churchwood has the ball now, and WA need to get scoring quickly with 15-minute quarters, probably just over 13 minutes left to play here. What can WA come up with? Great outlet there. Oh, Mitchell just couldn't get her stick around it. Manu comes up with it. She's guarded closely by Williams. Great dodge there, the little across the face guard. Up for Banyard. Banyard still chasing that one. Can't get under control. Parker doesn't come out to challenge, though. SA looking to get settled now. Behind with Blair. Banyard has it again. She was big early for the West Australians and has helped a bit on their offensive side of things. Like to see a few more goals from her if they're going to stay competitive in this one. Manu, great job defended there by South Australia. It was
work by Christie. Great knockdown.
Indeed. Julie Christie there, sending that one up and over. Nice little pick up there by Laura Evans. Looking to get this one up and settle down. Mortimer has it again. SA in no rush on these plays. 8 points in the lead. They can take all the time they want.
Oh, cut. Oh.
Nice look there, Bonnie Wells. Just a little bit high for her to take under control, but it rolls back out to Mortimer, who comes up with it. It's been another big factor in this game is you see when SA have made errors, they haven't let WA capitalise on them. You look at that missed pass there. Ball's knocked back and Mortimer comes up with it. Great move on that.
Save.
Big save. Churchwood closing that gap there. Hit the pipe well and then stepped off it aggressively to get that back to her stick side. Churchwood with it again. Churchwood still holding. SA doing a good job riding. No stack out of the WA side. They've been splitting the difference. Empty check on that one there. And SA off to the races again. Big bump there. Oh, WA, I should say. Sorry, Emma Graham carrying the ball upfield now. Gets it up and settles. Again, WA don't have a lot of time to play settled 6-on-6. They've got to be looking to aggress. Carlin Blair has it now. SA looking rangy on defence, looking for that lefty drive.
3 seconds. Oh, in the
crease
circle as well.
There we go. Carlin Blair toes the line, and it's going to be the ball back with Cunningham. Cunningham has it again. She's watched closely by Blair on the crease. She's got Page out wide if she wants her. Page with Wells ahead, looks to carry now. Clear of defenders so far. Tatlow turns back in, leaving Wells open. Banyard didn't have an option. Advantage call on that one. Bit of a risky check, but WA again almost in desperation mode now. Mortimer does a nice job handling through traffic there. Levy, bit of a shove on that one. She'll get sent back now. Jessica Morrison in possession. The fan, when they stop and reset there, don't get that same self-start option. Morrison looking inside.
Wells.
Finds Wells. Wells shot. Knocked down there. Not sure if it hit a defender on the way, but Churchwood stopped it dead in the crease. Mitchell is on the run now. If she can draw traffic, she's got Hooper ahead. Will she go to goal? No, this side. Big knockdown there. Not quite sure what the call was there from the umpire, but free position shot here for WA. Across the front to Hooper. Cunningham coming out. Can't get out to it though. Hooper sticks in the back of the net. It's one of those ones where you see Cunningham coming out a long way. You'll see again in the replay here how far out she came looking for Hooper. And then Hooper, once she had that extra step around, able to get it around, stick that far side. So we'll see again that long step up from Cunningham. And as that pass comes, she comes a long way over. Hooper, just that little dip and dunk, lowers her hands and then brings them up around again. Able to get that finish, making it 14-7 now.
About 10 minutes to go.
Another change up for WA. We've got West in the centre now against Parker. Parker has taken every centre for SA. Been working well for them so far. That ball played up, about a 50-50. Parker gets to stick to it first. Ball's knocked down. Parker comes up with it again, though. Ball looking up the line there. Morrison has it. Great little move there. The misdirection just goes left hard and then powers back to her right. Gets by a defender for the solo move. They'll check that stick, I should say.
We'll stick that check.
Look, bit of a spoonerism there from me.
And another young one with a hat trick as well in this game.
Absolutely. Very exciting. Morrison has been big and just solid. We've seen these power moves. She's not a big player, but you just look how aggressive that first step was to get around Graham. Takes a big bump and then just manages to get by. Alana McKinley was looking to come for help, but just didn't make it there in time. But Morrison, a great move there. Ignore the name on the screen there. Was Morrison that scored, so that's all right. A hat trick for her.
Parker again.
I think West sort of over-adjusting there, trying to get something to happen for her team. Couldn't get it to go, though, and the ball goes to Parker. Wells now with it. She's been chased by Hooper. Hooper's been working hard for WA. It's been big at both ends of the field. Hasn't had a lot of luck, though. Had a good finish on that last goal, as we're 15-7 currently. Wells has it again now. Mortimer takes Tatlow through. Tatlow really looking to lock her out. Wells with the face dodge, gets under. Hooper gets by the second player and sticks it inside pipe again. We'll see on that replay it just beating Churchwood to the inside pipe. Unlucky there. I think sort of hesitating as if to head back upfield to get to that centre of the goal, and as Churchwood started to move, we'll see on the replay as we have a WA timeout coming. See that face dodge move there. Churchwood, just as she's leaving her pipe, her left foot moves and Wells sticks it backside. Very hard for a keeper to get back to that pipe side after they've stepped off. Wells, very smart on that one. Coaches tell their juniors, wait for the goalie to step and then shoot backside. Bonnie Wells obviously listened well and got that one to go. 16-7 now, 9 points in it. And it's looking like could be a tough one for WA to get back into at this point. You never want to say it's over until it's over, but they've got a big mountain to climb if they're going to get back in this one. So with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game.
Oh, they've just got to take it now, don't they, WA? They can't.
It's all or nothing lacrosse at the moment, which is the most exciting lacrosse, but also high risk if they are.
Well, if you're going to go down, you got to go down swinging, mate, or,
Absolutely, and it's sort of do or die time for them. SA haven't faced the Victorians yet. WA have had went down in a big one on the first day, the grand final rematch from last year. So it is all or nothing time for WA, and we'll see how they fare.
Does it mean it's South Australia Victoria tomorrow in the women's as well?
I believe so. South Australia Victoria, and then we could see that in the final. Again, pending divine intervention, I believe.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, SA Victoria. It'll be 11:45 a.m. Field 2. We're not broadcasting that one, but we'll have two games on the broadcast. We'll have East Coast taking on Victoria at 11. Before that, we'll have at 9:15 U19 Oz taking on WA, followed by the East Coast versus Vic, and then at 2 p.m. we'll have WA SA in the men's pool. That'll be a big game as well. Big move there. Emma Graham getting stick to it. Hannah Brown can't come up with it. Few players over the ball there. Bit of a scrum. Great pick up there from WA. Do they get it back? They do. Great pick up there. It was Emma Green just fought her way through for that ball. Somehow came up with it under pressure. Number of cradles. And then gets it out for her team. Emma Graham with the ball now. Sends it behind for Banyard. Hooper cutting across the top there. Out wide for Hannah Mae Brown. Would have liked to see a bit more from her earlier in the game, but that feed inside couldn't quite go. Graham got the ball into a stick, but couldn't get it on goal to finish. Banyard takes it out wide to restart on the inbound. Hannah Mae Brown looks to go near side. Doesn't give herself the angle, though. And Cunningham, it sort of lowered herself down. Great check there from Brown to cause the turnover. She's fired up about that. Cunningham did a great job to dip down, baiting for that high shot, and then just stood up into it.
Oh.
Big body there. Great check coming across. Green couldn't get that one on target. I think some of the WA girls hoping for a call on that one. Umpire's not buying it. And Cunningham, who was already ahead of the goal, has backed that one up as well. She's been all over the place there. Goalies normally need a passport to move that far in a game. Cunningham more than happy to run out. Great move there from Parker. Big check. We're going to see a yellow on that one for Green. The swipe will be called. And again, I think just almost amplified by the fact that Parker was turning from another player as it came, making that initial check look even worse. It was out of control, but again, just getting close to their head there as well as SA look to clear now. Evans brings it up and over, sends it down low for Williams. Behind now with Fuss. On to Mortimer. Mortimer to Williams. She has a double coming for her. Sends it back down low now.
3 seconds.
Maybe... No, I think a crease violation on that one. I think McKinlay towed the line. Otherwise, I think they would have sent her maybe 3, not sure. We'll see. Ball up top now with Evans. She steps down, looks to weave through traffic. Can't get it to go, though.
Body check.
There we go. Evans will get it again. She's got Manu watching her. Great save by Churchwood on that one, getting low there. That was what was missing earlier, just that big drop of the top hand, dropping the hammer down, getting low for that save, and WA off, clearing again. Mitchell looking to get it upfield. Can she go all the way? She gets Fuss in her way, gets by 3, gets by 4, looks for the shot, ball's knocked down. Cunningham out of the crease there. Mitchell somehow comes up with the ball. Three seconds there, called on Olivia Parker. Up top there, gets it to Banyard, inside for Hooper. Hooper has a triple come. Ball's on the deck, picked up by SA. They have been winning this ground ball battle. Big bump there. Hooper going square into the chest of Brody Borovnik. Took the hit well, though. I think it was just an incidental one, turning into it almost. And Borovnik will look to clear on this one. Across the front, looking for Jessica Page. Bit of an awkward one. It'll stay in bounds, but they've got WA action coming. Page just a little bit slow going for that ground ball. And Mitchell takes it off her. Out of bounds now. Mitchell has it. WA again, no time to waste. Although, may not be enough time anyway. Parker hanging off the back of Hannah Mae Brown on that one. We'll get a free space call here. A free position, I should say, sorry.
That was a bit of a tired player move, that was. I think Olivia Parker's.
Yeah, that was... Oh, I'm not going to get in front of her. I'll just try and grab this shoulder and see what happens.
Slow her down a bit.
Going to have a yellow on this one, so that'll be dangerous propelling. Shot there. Chloe Tatlow's shot went into the side of an SA player. Took the hit really well. Should consider suiting her up as a goalie, but... Yeah, we'll see WA go man down. That's not what they needed this late in the game. As we're closing in on the final 2 minutes. Jessica Page, great speed there from the vice-captain, powering upfield. Hayley Fuss matching pace with her, flying up there. Zephyr Williams can't quite get a handle on that one. McKinlay knocks it down, plays it in for Churchwood. She's got West ahead. Behind player, we've got Manu fallen down. Big body there. And are we calling the barge or the illegal defensive positioning? Obviously, again, it's if a player's been recognised in either way. So I've got the illegal defence there. Page, I think, unimpressed on that one. The double whistle there. Just stopping play. Page getting her goggles back on now. Took the hit well. Looking a little bit dazed, though. West has it now. West to Fuss. Fuss looking with the drive. SA have numbers back. Cunningham showing there as if to slide. If I was Hayley Fuss, I'd be tempted to shoot that one as soon as Cunningham took that step out. I think looking to get herself that angle.
SA ball.
SA ball. Not sure what the call was there from the umpires.
Been offside.
Yes, that would be. There we go. Offside at the back edge there. So it's SA ball as WA crossed the line. Unlucky there for Western Australia. They needed a bit of something there, and we're in the final 2 minutes now. SA with it behind. Zephyr Williams has it. She was massive in the first half.
Was that another crease
I think
violation?
it was another crease call against McKinley there. Interesting one there. Bit of maybe a lapse of attention, not sure. But SA back with the ball now. Mortimer has it. Fuss gets it. She runs into a wall of gold. Back out to Mortimer. Far side now. Great
Christie.
take on that one.
Oh, no, it's Piltz. Kelsey Piltz.
Kelsey Piltz. Great finish on that one. That pass just across the top there. We'll see on the replay. And it was almost went into slow motion as it arrived there. I think almost a bit of surprise she'd maintained possession of it. You'll see this turn here. Fuss back out to Mortimer. Pulls on the backside of play there. Appears in a stick, just that really slow cradle forward, and then almost just delivers the ball into the back of the net. Great finish on that one, though. And SA players happy to get around her after that as they go up 17-7. 10 points the difference now.
Be under 2 minutes.
Short time left. Been told about a minute 20 left to play. And we've got Graham and Parker in the centre now. Big knockdown there. WA making it a scrap again. Graham's done a good job in the game making these 50-50 balls hit the deck and fight for the ground balls. Although SA have done a good job covering out there. Parker getting a few extra steps back as she gets her 4 metres. Mitchell with it again. She's been big for Western Australia, but the pressure is on. SA are coming out hard for her. Great body position there by Paige, just locking her arms up. Ain't able to get her hands free for a pass. Missed ball in the middle there, picked up now by WA, and it's Bailey Eastman carrying over. She loses the ball as Fuss comes out to defend. Page comes up with it for SA. Great knockdown there by Graham.
Straight back into a stick.
And again, it's been those 50-50 balls that SA just come up with after every time they've had an error. They get the ball back somehow, and they've yet been able to capitalise on WA's mistakes. So it's just making these 50-50 balls go. Even just 70-30 has been a massive factor for SA as they've come up big in this game late. Driving upfield again, and it's SA in possession. Piltz has it. She got one goal. Does she want another? Mortimer looking inside now.
Oh.
That one a little bit ambitious as a pass for Zephyr, or very unambitious as a shot on Churchwood. McKinley with the ball now, looking inside. Gets it to Mitchell. And we've got the clock on the field, so we're within the final 30 seconds of play. Hannah Mae Brown gets that one saved. Cunningham. And Cunningham with the ball. And that brings us to the end of the game. So WA, after victory in last year's Nationals, have fallen short. They won't play in the final this year, with SA coming out on top there. They'll get head-to-head points on that one. SA face Victoria tomorrow in gameplay, but we'll bring you some fourth quarter highlights from that one as SA wins 17-7 in their return to the Senior Nationals after a year in absentia. See the replay on this one. We had was a free position shot here for WA early on. And it was Mitchell there with the ball looking cross crease. We see that the big step, Cunningham coming just maybe a little bit too far across there as Hooper caught that one. And as the goalie came at it, her, put it around wide. Out of the centre, big play there. Olivia Parker with that one. Just a big move upfield there. SA doing a good job filling space. Nice drive from the bottom there. Bit of a power move again we saw from Morrison. Did a great job. Plays a lot bigger than she is. She plays a strong physical game, and I love to see that from the younger players. It was again Morrison behind, taking a bit of the pressure. Sending it up to the far side now. And it was this little switch of direction in that one. Bonnie Marie Wells faded high and then just powered down low to get to the inside. Gets it back to her right hand, gets the angle, and it sticks it by Churchwood as she steps off the pipe there. It was SA again now. Hayley Fusk didn't have anybody go on that one. Gets it out to Mortimer. Mortimer to Pultz on that one. And just that slow-mo play there. Just that laconic cradle and then that just a bit of a delivery of a shot. But it's enough to get by Churchwood with good positioning. It was Mortimer again behind goal looking for a drive here. Drawing some attention. It was Fuss. And again, as we see again, just that pass through the line. Finding that lane there. Great vision from Mortimer as we see that one again. And as we wrap things up, it was, again, 17-7, the final score. SA coming out on top strong after trailing early in the game. WA started with the momentum. They looked like they were going to run away with it at one point. And then SA clawed their way back in, and then once they were on top, they put the foot down and had their way the rest of the game. A 9-point second quarter was really the game changer. As we look through some of our sponsors, we'll bring you the MVP presentations shortly. But again, just a thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting lacrosse in Australia here at the Victorian hosted, or the Footscray Lacrosse Club hosted, ALA 29 National Championships. It is very exciting to have the ability to broadcast these to you and to bring you games as we do. And just for lacrosse to be hosted as well as it is here at Footscray this year. All the sides benefiting from the support the sport is getting across the board. And Sports Centre bringing a lot of the apparel and uniform side of things to the game here in Australia. Cot Gunning Lawyers, another supporter. 3AM Web and IT. Thank you for the support. And again, if you're looking to follow the ALN on socials, it's Australian Lacrosse Network on Facebook and Instagram, and AusLaxNet on Twitter. Let us know you're watching. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future. Oriana Property Group, a big supporter here. Ackland Travel doing big things in the Australian game as well, supporting the all the travel requirements that are that we're facing in a tournament like this. We've got people coming from all around Australia to come to the lacrosse club. And as the teams line up, we're going to get ready for our MVP presentation. So I'll cut out and we'll have coach's words. Thank you.
Okay. Firstly, I just want to thank South Australia for a great game. Yeah, we were really confident coming in, but you girls deserved the win. You were better today, and our girls, I'm really super proud of you guys. I love you for the hard work that we've put in, but we just weren't good enough today. But we never gave up, and you girls, deserved the win. So well done, SA, and good luck on Sunday. Your best player today was Zephyr.
Thank you. WA, thank you. That was just a huge game. You pushed us right to the end in every quarter, and your endeavour was something to try and keep up with. So we thank you. Good luck for the rest of your games for the tournament, and your MVP today is number 4 as well. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Final presentation is the Paula Stockham Trophy, which has been played between Western Australia and South Australia since 1976. And this year I'd like to present it to the captain of the South Australian team, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
No interview. And at the end of that, again, final score 17-7, MVP for South Australia. Zephyr Williams, MVP for Western Australia. It was Mitchell, Shannon Mitchell, number 4. Great work on that one. SA coming away with the perennial trophy between these two teams for pool play. And WA won't be heading back to the finals this year after winning it all last year. So thank you all for watching at home. We'll be back with another game later on, and we'll keep you posted on that. So until then, as we see the teams having their photos taken, looking sharp out there, thank you very much, everyone at home, for watching, and we'll be back with you shortly for the final game of the day. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.